if you were at school today, we would be doing a card sort. And the cards are kind of together in this PDF, but we can make it work. So Janet is working on a research paper. She completes 2.5 pages in 1 1/3 hours. At this rate, how many pages can Janet complete in 1 hour? So that's the important part, the 1 hour. So I'm going to make myself a table, and if you were at school, you would see that I had replaced the complex fractions with hours, with tables. So she can do 2.5 pages in 1 1/3 hours. And I want to know in 1 hour. So remember, you're dividing by 1 1/3. All right, so I have 2.5, so that's 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So I have 5/2 divided by 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4, divided by 4/3. And then we keep, change, flip. So 5/2 times 3/4. So we have 15 over 8. 8 goes into 15 one whole time with 7/8 left over. So she can do 1 7/8 of a page in 1 hour. 1 7/8 pages in 1 hour. This one says, Bob works as a sous chef at a restaurant. He can cut 1 1/3 onions in 2.5 minutes. At this rate, how many onions can Bob cut in 1 minute? So, again, if you were at school, you would see I already had these tables done. So 2.5 minutes, 1 1/3 onions in 1 minute, right? Yep. So we're dividing by 2.5. We're dividing by 2.5. So 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So I have 4/3 divided by 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 5/2. So I'm going to keep, change, flip. So that's 4/3 times 2/5, which leaves me with 8/15. So he can cut 8/15 of an onion in 1 minute. So he can't even cut, it's about half an onion every minute. Seems kind of slow for an onion person, because when you're cutting on those shows. Anyway, sorry. A muffin recipe requires 3/4 of a cup of flour for 2/3 of a cup of sugar. At this rate, how much sugar do you need for each cup of flour? So I've got flour and sugar. I know I've got 3/4 flour and 2/3 sugar. And I want 1 cup of flour, so I'm dividing by 3/4. So 2/3 divided by 3/4. So we're keep, change, flip. So we have 2/3 times 4/3. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9. So 8/9. So I need 8/9 of a cup of sugar for every cup of flour. Tracy goes for a walk. She can walk 2/3 of the trail in 3/4 of an hour. She wants to complete the entire lap of the trail. So that's the whole trail. So I'm going to divide by 2/3. So I'm doing 3/4 divided by 2/3. So I'm going to keep, change, flip. 3/4 times 3/2, which leaves me with 9/8, which is 8 goes into 9 one whole time with 1/8 left over. So I have 1 1/8. So it's going to take 1 1/8 of an hour for him or her to go around the track. A package of ground beef weighs 2 1/5 pounds. It costs $16.40. What's the unit price? So I have 2 1/5 for $6.40. Price per pound, so that means for one. So I'm dividing by 2 1/5. So for this one, I would actually do it in my calculator. I know 1 divided by 5 would give me $2 or 2.2. So in my calculator, I'm doing 6.4 divided by 2.2, and I get 2.91. Because the decimal goes on forever, and this is money, so I know that I have to stop it, and the 9 tells the 0 to round up. So $2.91. Takes 6.4 seconds to fill and seal 2 1/5 bags of popcorn. They want to know how much popcorn can be filled per second, so in 1 second. So I'm dividing by 6.4. So in my calculator, I'm doing 2.2 divided by 6.4. And I get 0.343. So 0.34 is where I'm going to stop. Because they want us to go to the hundredths place. It doesn't say that, but it looks like it's 5 points behind the decimal. So that's typically where they have you round it to. It takes 1/3 of an hour to bake 2 batches of cookies. How long would it take to make 1 batch of cookies? So I have my batches and hours. 2 batches, it takes 1/3 of an hour. I want to make 1 batch, so I'm dividing by 2. So I have 1/3 divided by 2 over 1. So I'm going to keep, change, flip. So 1/3 times 1 over 2 equals 1/6. So it'd be 1/6 of an hour, which is actually 10 minutes. Peter can run 2 miles in 1/3 of an hour. So miles and hours. Per hour. So I want to know how far he can run in 1 hour. So I'm dividing by 1/3. So I have 2 over 1 divided by 1/3. Keep, change, flip. 2 over 1 times 3 over 1. And I get 6. So he can run 6 miles in an hour. It's crazy to me. All right, a giant aquarium is being filled with water. After 2 1/4 hours, it's 2/3 of the way full. They want to know how much the tank gets filled each hour. So they want to know for 1 hour. So I'm dividing by 2 1/4. So on this side, I'm going to divide by 2 1/4. So 2/3 divided by 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, over 4. So I'm going to keep, change, flip. So I've got 2 over 3 times 4 over 9, which gets me 8 over 27. So it's 8 over 27 full after 1 hour. So there are 27 parts, and it's 8 of those parts full. So like 1/3 of the way full-ish, a little less than 1/3. A pitcher of lemonade calls for 2 1/4 cup for every 2/3 cup of sugar. So lemon juice and sugar. I know I have 2 1/4 cup of lemon juice for 2/3 cups of sugar. I know that they want to know for each cup of sugar, so that means for 1 here. So I'm dividing by 2/3. I'm going to divide by 2/3. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So I have 9 over 4. Make sure he went to the bathroom. And then I'm dividing by 2/3. So I'm going to do keep, change, flip. 9, I don't have a whole lot of room. 9 over 4 times 3 over 2. And I get 27 over 8. So I have to think, okay, 8 goes into 27 3 whole times, because that's 24, with 3 out of 8 parts left over, because 24 plus 3 would give me 27. So I would need 3 3/8 cups of lemon juice for every cup of sugar. Penny is knitting a scarf for her toddler, so she completes 1/6 of the scarf in 3/4 of an hour. How long will it take her to knit one scarf? So I'm dividing by 1/6. So I have 3/4 divided by 1/6. Keep, change, flip. 3/4 times 6 over 1. So I have 18 over 4. 4 goes into 18 4 whole times with 2/4 left over. I can reduce that down to 4 1/2. All right, and then the last one, Max downloads a new game. After 3/4 of an hour, he noticed only 1/6 of the entire game has been downloaded. At this rate, how much of the entire game is downloaded per hour? So I have hours and game. I know 3/4 and only 1/6 of the game. I want to figure out after 1 hour, right? So I'm dividing by 3/4. So 1/6 divided by 3/4. Keep, change, flip. 1/6 times 4 over 3. That gets me 4 over 18. Bye, baby. I'll see you later. Divide by 2. Have fun at the high school.
Okay.
I get 2 over 9. So only 2/9 of the game has downloaded in an hour. Can you imagine? You'd be waiting all day to play your game. All right. So we miss you at school, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.